Welcome, friends. Time to find out what we got wrong and what we missed from TV's Andy Levy at the Red Eye News Deck. Hey, Andy.
Hey, Tom. How are you?
Good.
Excellent. Was this the PC election? Anthony, I am shocked that you agreed that this election was about sticking it to the PC police.
You are shocked at that, right?
Never in a million years.
Because I'm so PC, and everything I put on Twitter is very well thought out. Exactly.
Yeah, very moderate.
Yes, that's what I call myself.
Especially in tone, I find you, yeah.
I'm moderate in Nazi Germany.
Also, you said you just bought a gun at a gas station.
Yeah.
Can I have that address?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I might need one of those. Sam, you said that part of the PC culture is that this group, the angry white guys, as you call them, it wasn't being heard, and that they used to be the people in power, and you have to sort of wean them off of that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's a really good and important point. I mean, look, I'm half an SJW, as I freely admit, but I've always thought it was stupid to do things like yell at people for not knowing the latest correct terms for the 32 genders.
Yeah, no, that's part of it, and to villainize people for not knowing it. Like, you can't just say, like, oh, I don't, what do you call them? I don't know. And you're like, them? What do you call them?
Yeah, no, exactly.
And you become the villain when you were trying.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of this has turned into. And,
and we're not even allowed to make up our own names as crazy white people. We can't make up our own things. We're called cisgender. Yeah. That sounds a little like sissy, Tom.
No,
I don't want to be called that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Come on. Also, Anthony, you are free to choose to not be cisgender.
Yeah, but then that makes me something else.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Camille, you pointed out that Trump has done better, or did better, among Hispanic voters than the last couple of Republican candidates. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Well, that's better than Romney. He didn't do better than McCain,
right.
but he's done better with African-American voters than the last couple.
But
by a little bit.
The other way to look at that, of course, is Hillary Clinton did worse among Hispanic and black voters than President Obama.
Sure. I think that's a totally fair way to look at it. And it's important to note that a lot of the same white folk in some of these swing states who voted for Barack Obama more than once voted against Hillary Clinton this time. The notion that they became somehow magically racist is just absurd. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally agree. Ali, you said you can't even use terms as descriptions now, and you used as an example the other day when you referred to an Asian guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he was Serbian.
That was the problem.
That was the problem there, yeah. Liberals are moving to swing states, and maybe California's doing something. Sam, you said liberals aren't going to move to swing states because there'll be people there who disagree with them.
Yes.
Also, no jobs. BuzzFeed doesn't have offices there.
That's tough. That's a tough sell.
Yeah. Camille, Tom said they want to turn America into Europe, and you said, I don't know. They did.
I don't know.
They did.
I don't know. Maybe they do.
They did.
I don't want to ascribe motivations to them. They haven't said as much.
Right.
So I just want to be careful about that.
Okay.
Specific.
I think in a lot of ways they legitimately do, and they say so openly. Like, I don't think it's something they're ashamed of.
Sure, citizens of the world and all that other good stuff. I think that's part of it.
Or like, they look at national health services and stuff like that, and they say we need to be more like Europe.
Right. Well, except when Europe is reforming those programs to make them more market-oriented because they do not necessarily work as well as advertised.
No, we don't. You can't say that. Ali, you said this is just another example of celebrities being condescending.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to say, I obviously wasn't a Trump guy, also not a Hillary guy, but definitely not a Trump guy. I am kind of enjoying some of the more hysterical celebrity reactions to Trump. Like, I really am. I'm getting, it's making me laugh.
Well, and then some of the ones that said they'd move were like, I know other people said it, but I'm really going to do it. So I'd like to see them actually do it.
Yeah, and as you all said, ain't nobody moving nowhere.
No.
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah, I think everybody pretty much agrees to that. Anthony, you seem to think the whole California secession thing is silly.
Silly.
Yeah, which obviously it is. It's even sillier, though, when you consider that, as Tom sort of mentioned, it's not Californians that are pissed. It's the people in the cities on the coast. Like, they act like it's the whole state, and it's not.
Well, that's a typical liberal thing. They were dumbfounded that Trump won because they can't imagine that there's actually a lot of people that don't think like them. It's inconceivable. Yeah. So they freak out and think, California needs to secede, even though most of it is red. It's just the cities.
Mainly, I think they're just worried about losing their gardeners.
True.
Yeah.
Well, there was a secession movement in Texas, too. Like, there were some
Yeah,
people who
absolutely.
were upset after Obama's re-election and wanted to do the same thing. Only they were racist when they suggested they wanted to secede.
But the bottom, as usual, though, the crazies
we get back to it
usually,
again.
the crazies usually balance themselves out, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do.
Yeah.
But only one of them is racist. It's always
Well, of
important.
course, yeah. I do have to say I was surprised. I was looking it up. Orange County went for Hillary. I would not have guessed that. Yeah. Camille, you also brought up the fact that there have been secession movements within California before, with the North, I believe, wanting to secede from the South.
Yes.
As
some wanting to form a state, the 51st, and some wanting to form a republic.
Yeah, as someone who lived in L.A. for 10 years, I think they should have been allowed to leave. Northern Californians are insufferable.
Let them go.
They're like New Yorkers without the reason for feeling that way.
Let them go. Let them find their wings.
I agree. Also, one last thing, Camille, you said we shouldn't make too much about Twitter outrage. How dare you? That's our whole show, man.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry.
The polls in the media all wrong. Tom, you read that quote from Kelly McBride at Poynter where she said, it's no secret that for many journalists and just over 47.6% of the American public, the election of Donald Trump signifies the worst thing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine someone at Poynter writing that same sentence about the election of Barack Obama? Mitt Romney got 47.2% of the vote. So does that mean Barack Obama's election was the worst thing ever for those people?
I don't think she thought I was going to read her site, Andy.
I don't think she did.
Andy, they don't even know how to spell Poynter. They put a Y in it.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. Also, she's wrong also because she says it's no secret that that signifies the worst thing. 47.6% of the American public, which I'm assuming is what she's saying Hillary won.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that they all think the election of Trump is the worst thing.
Yeah. She assumed.
She did. She absolutely did. Camille, you said bias doesn't bother you, that you would prefer journalists just come out and say what their biases are.
Yeah. Please.
That's the problem, though, is when they cloak their biases in the aura of objectivity.
Right.
I may have just
Objectivity is silly. Stop that. Tell me the truth. What do you believe?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I can parse the rest for myself.
But there's also a large part of it is journalists need to get over themselves.
Yes.
Like with the possible exception of people in the film and the TV industry, nobody thinks of, nobody holds themselves and what they do in higher esteem than journalists do.
Well, doctors they do.
No, but look at
They
who
do good
gives
things,
out the most
right?
awards. It's Hollywood, and journalists can't stop giving themselves awards.
This is true. This is true. You're right.
Yeah.
They're
I
supposed to
retract
be
that.
objective, though. It's not supposed to be that they give editorial. It's like asking your tape measure for an opinion on how many inches you're measuring.
I do not want that opinion.